Hi and welcome to Music Matters. Today we are going to be learning about one of our featured instruments, the acoustic guitar. The guitar is one of the most widely played instruments in the world. It is incredibly versatile and is used in many different styles of music. There are lots of different types of guitar, but we are going to look at the two main ones. The classical or Spanish guitar has nylon strings and is usually smaller than the acoustic guitar. Because of the nylon strings, a classical guitar has a softer, gentler sounding tone. Here is a clip of 6-year-old Mew Mew playing a classical guitar. The acoustic guitar has steel strings and is widely used in all styles of music, from pop to rock to country and jazz. In fact, pretty much any style of music can be played on an acoustic guitar. Here is a musician called Tommy Emmanuel playing the theme from the Pink Panther on a steel string guitar. Now we're going to look at 3 different ways to play a guitar. Here is an example of rhythm guitar. The strings are being plucked by a piece of plastic like this called a plectrum. The next example shows the strings being plucked by the fingers or fingernails. This is called fingerstyle. Our final example is where the notes are being played one at a time. This is often called lead guitar. So next time you see somebody playing the guitar, have a look and see if you can recognise the style that is being played. Whether it has nylon or steel strings, all guitars work in the same way. The guitar consists of a hollow wooden body with 6 strings stretched over it and along a narrow neck. On this picture, you can see all the different parts that make up the guitar. Pause the video to take a closer look. The main 3 parts are the hollow body, the neck which holds the frets, the head which contains the tuning pegs. The most important piece of the body is the soundboard. This is a wooden piece mounted on the front of the guitar's body, and its job is to make the guitar's sound loud enough for us to hear. The sound is produced when the strings vibrate. A guitar with a bigger body will be louder than one with a smaller body. Thick strings give a low pitch and thin strings give a high pitch. Watch the strings vibrate. The thicker the string, the slower it vibrates. The tightness or tension of a string is also important. The tighter the string, the higher the pitch. The less tight a string, the lower the pitch. The strings are tightened or loosened with tuning pegs. Watch and listen how the tuning peg changes the sound. So what we'd like you to do now is to make your own guitar from things that you can find around the house. You will need a cardboard box, which could be an old cereal box, an empty tissue box, or even a shoe box. Something to decorate or cover your box with. This could be recycled paper bags or old wrapping paper, or you could even cut things out of old magazines and stick them on. A piece of cardboard or a cardboard tube for the neck of your guitar, and some elastic bands or string or wool to make the strings. You will also need some glue or sellotape to stick the different pieces together. Once you have finished it, take a photograph of yourself pretending to play your guitar and hand it in. Okay, so now we're going to try and make our guitar. So the first thing we need to do is take our cardboard box, which is going to be the body of our instrument, and we need to find something that's round that we can put in the middle there. We're going to draw around that and then we're going to cut that shape out to make the sound hole of our instrument. So I'm going to take my felt tip pen, I'm going to hold that, I think that's in the right place, and I'm just going to draw a circle onto the box there. Okay, and then I'm going to take the scissors and cut that shape out. Right, here we go. Once we've done this, there's no going back. Be very careful when you do this bit. And a word of advice, if you use the scissors from your kitchen, put them back afterwards because that drives adults mad. Nearly there. So now I'm going to use these recycled shopping bags to cover the box, but then we've got to carefully cut that shape out again and stick the paper round. And you can use old wrapping paper, or you can use magazines, you could put stickers on there, and once you've covered it, if you want, you could colour it in or paint it. So now we've got the body of our guitar covered, what we need to do is add the neck. And for that, I'm using a tube from the inside of a kitchen roll. And what I'm going to do in just a moment is I'm going to cut a little way in, all the way around, fold those pieces back, and then I can stick those pieces like that to make the neck of our guitar. So what we need to do now is create the bridge of our guitar. So I've cut out 2 pieces of cardboard for that. I've also cut some lengths of wool, string, we've got elastic, but you can use whatever you can find in the house. So you might use elastic bands or whatever you can find. And what we need to do, we're going to need to make some holes in our cardboard so we can stretch our strings across the cardboard. And I'm going to use for that a sharp pencil. And I think the best thing to do is to put another piece of cardboard underneath so that you don't damage anything with the pencil. And we need to put them side by side so that we make sure we get the holes in the same place on each piece of cardboard. So I'm going to have a go at doing that now. So now I'm going to tie a knot in each of the ends of our strings so that we can thread it through our pieces of cardboard to make the bridge. That's one, right in the string. Try and get the knots as far to the end as you can. And make sure that your knot is big enough that it's not going to come through your cardboard. You could always use your pencil if you need, if it's awkward to get through. Right, here we go. So I'm going to force that through with the pencil. There it is at the other side. And pull it through. And make sure your knot's big enough to hold at the back. So I'm going to do that with each string. And then when you've done all of this one, you have to do the same thing on the other end with that one. And then we can stick them on. So now we've got our bridge with our strings on, and all we need to do is stick that onto our guitar. Yeah, so I'm going to use tape, do the bottom first. Put tape across there, tape that to our guitar there. And then stretch, I'm going to stick that on first and then stretch the strings across. Stick that onto the bridge, pull that tight, and then stick that there. Now obviously on a real guitar, the strings would go all the way up the neck to the top. So if you wanted to take your strings all the way and fasten them at the top, that's up to you. So your guitar doesn't have to look exactly like this. In fact, it's really good if all of you do something slightly different. So good luck, and I can't wait to see the pictures when you hand them all in. We hope you have enjoyed learning about the acoustic guitar. Don't forget, when you have finished making yours, take a photograph of yourself pretending to play it and send it in. We look forward to seeing you again soon with more Music Matters.